Hey, just wanted to let you know that I designed some new merch. You can check it out right below the video here. Neat designs like A Full and Keep Calm and Build On. I'm also going to be running a sale on that merch until the end of May. Just the other day I went to the Lego store and I picked up this Mario Kart set and I loved the build. Like, I was blown away by it. Like, this Mario Kart is so cool. Plus the character. And I was thinking to myself, you know what we need to do? We need to build another Mario set and place them on the shelves. Because I also have the Super Mario World Mario and Yoshi set with 1,215 pieces. I've been meaning to build this one for quite some time because I think the moving aspect of it is so neat. And I can't wait to see it on display with all of our other adult-themed Lego Mario sets. So let's go. Or should I say, let's go. There we go. The parts are divided among 15 different bags or building stages. We also get some large additional pieces in these bags. And then there's a little write-up within the first few pages of the instruction manual. Some Super Mario stills. Look at Yoshi. Classic. You can also meet the designers and all that. Learn a little bit about the set. And then get building. Of course, as expected, this was quite the build as well. Like, I love the functionality of this. You just grab this crank on the side, rotate it. It has a ball on the end so you can get it rotating quite smoothly. And there's just so much motion that happens with that crank. You can see both Mario and Yoshi moving up and down. Yoshi's head is moving back and forth. His legs are moving, also his arm, and you can see Mario's cape moving as well. So there's just so much motion that is activated with a simple turn of that crank, but there is more motion, but you can't activate it all at once. Well, you could if you use two hands, or if you somehow rigged it up in a way that activates both motions. But the other one is right here, and this actually rotates the tongue of Yoshi out, or just puts Yoshi's tongue out as you rotate it. That's what I meant to say. And it also opens and closes his mouth. Now, I like that too, but I wish there was a way that all of those motions were in unison. Imagine that. Nothing against it though. I'm just saying that is a big ask. I know. There's already like so much that goes into this set. It has that pixelated look, which I think is classic, right? It represents the classic Super Mario game, so I have no problem with the pixelated look. Sort of like art, you build these panels, like you build the head, you cover it with the tiles and plates, then you stick the head on. You build the mouth, you stick the mouth on. You build Yoshi, you stick Yoshi on, right? You build the cape, you adapt that to the Technic substructure that allows this thing to move. So that was truly a really unique build experience, sort of unlike any other in the Lego set lineup at least. And you also have this little bit of a foreground here with the Super Mario terrain, and that attaches right to the base. The base has like a Technic core, and it also has rubber tires built onto the bottom of it, and that's why I'm able to crank this with one hand and it's not moving around. So the rubber tires were really nice. Or I should say the addition of the rubber tires is really nice just because it allows you to work this thing so easily. And because the base comes out a little bit further, and so does Mario and Yoshi's arm, it sort of adds that 2D dimension that you recognize from the game. It makes it like super authentic. And then just like the game, there's all the mechanics behind the scenes that are doing all the work. Of course, this doesn't look good from behind, but I actually really appreciate the fact that all the mechanics or technical style builds are so easy to see, because you can get in here, you can see all of these like ball joints, and you can see them in action. So I actually like that, because why wouldn't you want to come check out how all of this different stuff works? The lift arms moving up and down, that moves like a different technical component within, and it just all works so beautifully in unison. And of course there is that circular element there that you can rotate to open and close the mouth and stick Yoshi's tongue out. But I just think it works out so beautifully, and I like the fact that we can actually see all of the moving components on the backside. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with that. And of course, when you display it, and when we display it in this video, we're going to display it like so. Now, regarding the price of this set, it's 130 US dollars, 1,215 pieces. And this set over here has 1,972 pieces, and it's $170. So this set is $40 more, but you get 760 pieces roughly more. And this set here actually features all print elements, whereas this set here doesn't have any print elements at all. And this set also comes with like the big rims and rubber tires. So I feel like piece count wise, this one is a better value. The builds were both amazing. I feel like the builds are very different from each other. This one is like a LEGO Creator Expert car because it has working steering, of course, those big rubber tires, and there was just something that was so surprising about this build. I built it and I was like, what the? This is going into a Mario Kart? That is so cool. So you start by building the cart, and then you build the stand for the cart, and then you build your Super Mario character. But yeah, all of these pieces, the M logo, or the Mario logo, I should say, the hubcaps on the tires there, also his eyes and ears and hat are all printed. So that is super nice. No sticker sheet. That sort of surprised me. So you start by building this super cool Mario Kart, and once again, I was blown away by this. There is a neat little Technic build right here, just below the steering wheel, that actually allows you to steer the vehicle. And I love that. It has a very authentic, like, go-kart steering radius, if you will. You know, like, look at the tires. They barely turn. It's just like a go-kart in real life. So you can see a little bit of the Technic build just right there, and that's what attaches the steering column or steering wheel to the tires. And then it works its way back into another technical component between all of these lift arms, and that actually triggers the steering. And of course, we have our gas pedal and the brake. And the steering column is sheltered by this here, and building these angles was super satisfying. Also, this like angle down here and the way that this was attached. So I can remove this, and then that's going to give me the space to remove this little panel right here, which is built with those unique curved slopes. But this is actually held in place by 1x2 modified bricks with a forward-facing stud that has the hole. And then you put these little modified 1x1s in there. And there's also this tile which just locks in place. And that was just like super satisfying to me, just like a lot of the things in this vehicle. Also, this right back here, I'm not sure what those would represent. Like, I don't know. It's just like the sides of the car, I guess. But they look like, oh, there's not much going on there. But then you build it and you're like, what the heck? Like, there's so many unique uses of like these triangular wedge style pieces and brackets in there. It's wild. And just like some really weird stuff. Like if I take this off, you'll see like plates that are upside down. Like, what is going on there, right? Like just really interesting building techniques that you wouldn't really expect to see, or you don't see very often at least. And then of course the tires with the printed hubcaps, super cool. We got the small ones and the large ones on the back, and then the seat, which is built using connector elements, wedge plates, curved slopes, tiles, all that. And at the rear, we have the tail lights, which is done with some trans orange elements there. Also the engine and exhaust. I wish there were some flame elements that you could put within the exhaust, but we've got more print right here on the side, and these really unique like circular elements. Like I mentioned, the go-kart actually does remind me of a LEGO Creator Expert or LEGO Icons or LEGO 18 Plus style vehicle. Like the build really had me like smiling. I was like, this is crazy for like a Mario Kart set. This is awesome. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know I've always wanted Lego Mario Karts, and now we're getting a pretty sweet one here in 2025. Look, you can even see inside those little pods on the side there. And the tires just spin freely from one another. They're not attached in any way. So once I was done constructing the cart, you build this stand right here, which I appreciate. That's cool. We're going to be able to lift this thing up off the ground, which is just going to display it nicely. And I haven't even attached the Mario character yet. Here we have Mario, a great construction. I love the printed eyes and eyebrows. Also his mustache piece, his big nose, the big hat with the Mario logo. His head can rotate. The hands can grab onto the wheel, I would assume. Also rotate and spot because they are held in place by the ratchet connectors there. His belly has a little bit of, belly to it, I guess. Also the suspenders and his legs. He does have this build on the bottom, and that's what's going to allow him to sit in position. Maybe there's a little bit of void space around his arms. Like you can see a little bit of void space there. Also that Technic pin. But I think once he's sitting, you're not really going to notice that. And you also want his arms in that forward position so he can sort of hold on to the steering wheel. I just really like this build because it had a lot of different techniques to it within the character build and also within the vehicle build. So you sort of got like the best of both worlds. Sorry if I sound like a Lego shill in this one here, but I've been waiting for Lego Mario Kart for a long time, and this one is just sort of something that I really didn't expect at all. Like, wow, it's a huge Lego Mario Kart. So you can see how we can position his thumbs around the steering wheel so that he sort of looks like he's driving. Just try not to make his arm fall off, I guess, when you're doing that. He could also rotate on the stand there, and we're just going to press his body down so that he adapts to the seat, and then maybe move the gas and brake so they're touching the bottom of his feet, just like that there. There we go. It's me, a Mario. Look at that. We could have him looking like this on the shelf. Oh my gosh, that was super satisfying. That was awesome. What an incredible Mario set. I think this is my favorite Mario set of all time. I think it beats the NES. I think it beats the question mark block. I think it beats this one for sure. I just like it. I think it's so neat, and I've wanted this for so long, and it's done better than I ever imagined. So I'm trying to think about where to place this one here on the Mario shelf, and I'm like, you know what? We should just bring it home. That's what I'm thinking. I'll just put it by my Nintendo Switch. Although I don't have Mario Kart for Nintendo Switch. I only have it for DS, and I got to get that. But I think there's that new one coming out when the Switch 2 comes out, right? I forgot about Bowser. That's a 6 set too. Hey, that's an awesome one. What's it doing on the bottom shelf? I think we got to move some of this other stuff and upgrade some of the Mario sets. Get these like pirate ships and stuff out of here and bring these epic Mario sets, also the 2 new ones, up higher on the display. I think that just makes sense. Like, what would I rather look at? That super cool Mario Kart at eye height or this like serpent? 100% the Mario Kart. I'm just saying, I'm gonna make some swaps there because I think we got to change that up, hey? But hey, who remembers? We're going to be upgrading this room soon, and eventually this is going to be Star Wars, but that's another day. Yeah, I'm going to change that up. I don't like that. I don't like having Bowser on the bottom, and I'm sure he doesn't appreciate it either. You know what? I think I'm a lot happier with that. I just put the Viking Village and the 3-in-1 pirate ship down there, and then I put the Viking ship on the top, but that gave us space to bring up Bowser, also Pac-Man. They require a lot of height clearance. I guess I could just remove this and display it beside, but then I'm taking up more shelf space for the same set. So I think that works out. They're approximately the same height. Then we got the question mark block, the NES, and the TV for the NES below it. Beside the Mario Kart there, some miniature builds. Unfortunately with these build units, you're stuck with the middle shelf being in that position. You can't move that shelf. That's why when you look around, all those shelves are at the same height all the way around. I wish there was the flexibility of moving that. I'm sure I could craft something, but I'm not really interested in modifying the shelves. But then we got the pixelated Mario down there, and also the Piranha Plant, and then Bowser's airship. Yeah, nice little Nintendo Pac-Man display, I guess. But like, wow, what a cool building experience over the last couple days. Built Mario and his Mario Kart yesterday, and then I built Mario and Yoshi today. Great build experience, that's for sure. Hope you enjoyed my review and also the update on the shelving there. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.